Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and we're here today to talk about books, but this is not a TBR. Do not call it that. Like, yes, eventually they are to be read, right? But this is not like, I'm gonna read these soon or I'm gonna read these in this time period, because y'all should know me by now and I don't do well with that. So anyway, you're like, Jessica, what is this video then? Hold on, can you just look at my sweatshirt? I'm sorry, I know I've worn this many times, exhausted by existence, but this is from a Boredwalk, and you'll see me wear a lot of their sweatshirts, and they obviously have t-shirts and stickers, but I do have a code that I already forgot. I'll put it on the screen. You can use it to get a discount. And yeah, I just wanted to share that because I'm always going through, I feel like the majority of my wardrobe is sweatshirts, and then I have some Patagonia fleeces, and then I have like some t-shirts, but majority is sweatshirts. And so I just always love to share where I get mine if I have somewhere I can point you to. So if you would like to get one, I'll link it down below. Anyway, that's all for that. But so this video, let me tell you how this came to be. So I work in my library office, whatever you want to call it, and many people rant, they rant and rave, and sometimes you just gotta put them on mute and let them go, right? So I was doing that today, singing back and forth in my chair, and I was like, and I looked at this book and I'm like, what book is that? And I pulled it out from the bottom because my shelves are a fucking mess, and so I can't see all of them. I was like, oh my God, I forgot I had this book. Like, I literally forgot, because I remember when I got it, I was so excited about it, and then I didn't read it. So anyway, I was like, well, what else is on here? And so I pulled out some books that I kind of forgot about. Some of them, like, legitimately forgot I owned it. And then a couple others is like, oh, I want to put this back in my view so that, like, I'm more inclined to read it sooner than later. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have a ton here. I have maybe 8. And these were just like, oh my God, they were tucked down under books or behind things. I was just rifling through my shelves while this person was ranting. I have a really long cord on my headset, okay? And so I just want to talk about them. And also, I either need to put them here so I see them all the time, because these shelves are in my room, my bedroom, or I need to put them, like, display them on my shelves in my library so that they're in my face and I can be like, oh yes, Jessica, you wanted to read that. Okay, was that a long enough explanation? I think it was, so let's talk about them. Obviously, I have not read them, so I'm not gonna have much to say, but we're here, okay? So the first one we have is a beautiful, oh my Lord. Lord would really be doing the Lord's work. Son of the Storm. So this was a gift, and I wanted to read it since it came out, and then, you know, whatever. There's a lot of books coming out all the time, reading slumps, what have you. Now, I've seen the cover for the newest one, and I'm like, oh, and then I was like, oh yeah, I need to read that one. And then looking today, I was like, oh yeah, I already own that. So glad I didn't buy it again. But anyway, I want to read this. I heard a lot of great response from this one when this came out, from people that have similar taste to me in books. And also, this is only, for a fantasy, this is not super long. It is like 442 before the epilogue, and then the words on the page are not super small, big and floppy. So this could be a good one when I'm ready to be back in a higher fantasy mood, because I feel like so many of the fantasies I have on my shelf are so fucking long, and I'm just really in a mood really to stay under 300 pages, ideally 400 pages max. But when I'm ready, this one isn't too much over that 400 page, so this may be a good one. And then with the second one coming out soon, I think maybe this could be one for the spring, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm peeking at, peeking at, ooh, I need a dust. Okay, now this, I thought thought I had gotten rid of this, and I don't know, randomly, these quotes from this author have been coming up. Some from this book, some from other books on TikTok. Don't ask, I don't know. And then today I was like, oh, I still do own this. For some reason, I thought I had gotten rid of it. But anyway, that's Crime and Punishment. I know, so weird. I'm not even gonna sit here and stumble because I can never, when it comes time to say it in front of a person or on camera, I can never say his name correctly. By myself, I can Fyodor. But right now, it would turn into a bumblefuck, so I'm not even gonna do it. You know who this is. You know who this Russian writer is, obviously was. He's not alive anymore. Now, I have read this book before. A long time ago, okay? I had to read this for AP Lit in high school. Now, it was summer reading. Now, if you don't know me, during that time, I was not trying to read anything I did not want to read, especially during the summertime. And so me and my best friend waited till like the weekend before school was starting to rush through this and struggle through the discussions in class. But for some reason, I was like, I wanted to come back to it and see how I felt about it as an adult, because I don't remember hating it, but I also don't feel like I really understood a lot of it because I was a, I don't know, 16, 17-year-old reading this and not really caring. So anyway, quotes from this author have been popping up on TikTok. Not all from this book, some from the brothers Cara, you know what I'm, see, it was about to, no, normally it would just flow, but it was about to bumble up, and I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, now this, the page count may not be super long, but the words is smaller, okay? The words is smaller. This edition is about 462, I think. And then I don't know if this is a great translation or not. I just, obviously this is something I bought secondhand. I don't remember when I purchased it. I forgot that I owned it. But if there is a classic that I've been wanting to get to, it is this. And so we're bringing it out. We're bringing it into the light, if you will. These paperbacks are probably not gonna stay like that. Okay, additionally, I don't know why this big old piece of paper is in here. Let's see what this says. Oh, that was, okay, let's over there. Let's not do that. This is a manga, Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, I forgot I bought these. I was supposed to do like a read along and then I didn't. So they just kind of fell to the back of the shelf, and I feel like, I don't know if we were doing a sprint or something, we were talking about manga and people sharing some of their favorites. And I know that a lot of people like this one, and I already have, this has the first 3 volumes, and then I also have volumes 4, 5, and 6. So might as well. And I do want to read more manga, but literally I had forgotten about it. I had to brush off dust on these, but I don't remember much. That paper was marking my place. I don't remember much about it. I think there's brothers. So there's brothers. And let's see, they dabble in powers to grant their dearest wish. One of them lost an arm and a leg, and the other became nothing but a soul locked in the body of a living iron. So I don't know. Now they're agents of the government, slaves of the military alchemical complex, using their unique powers to obey their orders, even to kill. I don't know. I just was like, oh yes! Well, I already bought it. The first 6 volumes, so I might as well read them, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna, this doesn't really, there we go. We're just gonna put it there. I didn't forget I had this one, but it just needs to be put back into my view because I started reading it. I've got to page 186. Wow. I don't know why I keep putting this down. I mean, I get slumpy all the time, but I really loved the first one, which is The Ninth Reign. And this is the second one, The Bitter Twins. And for some reason, I have not finished it. So I was like, let's bring you into the light. Let's bring you into the forefront so I can remember, but I probably am going to have to start it over because it's probably been, it's been a long time. But again, look. Why does fantasy have to be so long? This is like 600 pages. I don't know if I remember enough. I wish that I could just go and it would refresh my memory. Wouldn't that be amazing? Does anyone remember the TV show? I feel like it was like Alan from Planet Strange or something, and he was black, but he was an alien, and like he literally could like put his hand like this and he would absorb the knowledge from a book. Anybody? Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna put that there. This, again, forgot I owned it. The Paper Menagerie and Other Stories by Ken Liu. Now, I tried to read The Grace of Kings. My brain wasn't in it. I've heard, okay, this is not The Grace of Kings, but if you've read that entire series, do you think I should skip the first one and read the second one and then come back eventually to the first one because the first one reads like a really long prequel, or should I start with the first one? Please share below. Anyway, this is short stories. And I'm like, this is maybe a perfect thing because I haven't read anything else by this author, that before I hop into The Grace of Kings, I can try short stories first. Again, heard remarkable things about this collection. And I feel like that's a great way when I don't want to commit to a big chunker. I can not even have to commit to this whole thing. I can just read a story here or there or everywhere. That didn't make any sense. So let's bring her out. You know, let's prop her up. Let's make her known. Let's remember her. Yeah? Okay, Leanna, are you watching? Probably not. I wouldn't watch me either. The Wolf by Leo Carew. Now, Leanna loves this book. It's the only reason I bought it. I had never heard of this book before, Leanna, and I forgot I bought it. Does that say a lot about me and my purchases? Maybe, but be quiet. Nobody asked you. Okay, now again, looking a little thickums. It is Orbit. Got a little flop to it. Let's see her. I don't even know what this book is about. Let's see. Acknowledgements. This is 450. 55? 455. Not the worst, but you know, and the text isn't the smallest, but it's interesting print. But yeah, I don't even know what this is about. War, rivalry, and honor in a world where the fiercest enemies are always closer than they seem. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna read any more about that. I just know that I bought this because of Leanna, and then I obviously set it on the shelf. So now it's here. Why are all of these paperback? This one was the first one that I found, and I was like, wow, I was so hyped to get this book. I was having trouble finding it. I had to order a used copy from Thrift Books, and then I didn't read it because I am me. And that book would be Battle Royale. This is what inspired the Hunger Games, I think. At least the concept. And so this is a big ass thriller. I think this author is Japanese. Yes. So this envisions a nightmare scenario. A class of junior high students is taken to a desert island where, as part of the ruthless authoritarian program, they are provided arms and forced to kill until only one survivor is left standing. Criticized as violent exploitation when first published in Japan, where it became a runaway bestseller, Battle Royale is a Lord of the Flies of the 21st century, a potent allegory of what it means to be young and barely alive in a dog-eat-dog world. So, again, you see this used copy. I feel like it may be easier to find it now, but I don't know. When I was looking for it, it was not easy to find, so I had to get it off of Thrift Books. But again, this is a chonker, and I don't know if there's fantastical elements or if it's just murder, but that's really long for murder. But obviously they have games to play. So this is a little over 600 pages. But again, I've heard this is brutal and amazing. I think Robin read this. Robin read this? But yes, this was the first one that inspired this whole thing because I was like, wow, I can't believe I just let this sink to the bottom. You know, it was at the bottom of a stack of books on my bookshelf and just forget about it. And I be in the mood for murder. I mean to read about it, not commit it. Come on. To read about it. Or sometimes watch about it. But yes, this... Look how thick she is. But I don't know, maybe the action will just... Ooh, I just looked at the end of a chapter and it said 40 students remaining. Ooh. We're gonna have one more. This one is the only hardcover in this bunch, but this is not that I forgot I owned it, but like, ooh, let me put that back in my face because I right now am very much in a romance mood, but I feel like this can get me, maybe a step back into fantasy when I'm ready because I believe this is cozier fantasy. Tress of the Emerald Sea. This was one of the Brandon Sanderson secret projects. This is obviously the commercially published edition. I also have the Kickstarter pretty edition in the room, but I wouldn't be reading that. I'd be reading this edition. But anyway, I believe this one is supposed to be cozier. It is a Cosmere novel. And so this says, the only life Tress has known on her island home in an emerald green ocean has been a simple one. But the simple pleasures of collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to stories told by her friend Charlie. But when his father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sorceress of the deadly midnight sea. Okay, wow, I've never read that, so I had no idea what this book was about. Please, again, be quiet. Thank you. So, oh, look at those beautiful, can you tell? It's not like, it's like a minty kind of green. That's very cute, very cute. So obviously, I do like Brandon Sanderson. I don't think he's the perfect writer, but this is one of his shorter works. Oh, is that? No. Now the lighting is make that, whatever. Maybe it's my walls. So this is 365 pages. Oh my God, is this the shortest book Brandon Sanderson's ever written? 365 pages. Oh my God, that's amazing. So, I was like, you know, mayhaps this, I feel like is still a little lighter fantasy than even this, even though this one isn't super long. But, so I was like, this is going to be in, I want to put in front of my face. So when I'm in that mood, I can reach for it and not borrow something else from the library, because I do need to work. I don't need to, but I want to work on getting down my physical TBR. I would just like to read more books I own, because that's why I buy them, you know what I'm saying? So here we have, let's go back through. We have Tress of the Emerald Sea, okay? We have Full Metal Alchemist, okay? The Wolf, Sin of the Storm, The Bitter Twins, Crime and Punishment, Battle Royale, and The Paper Menagerie. Now, if you had to guess, which one do you think I'll read first? I think that, I know this is gonna be weird, I think I'll either read Crime and Punishment or Tress of the Emerald Sea first. But it depends. Am I gonna be in the mood for more murder? Like, I know there's murder in Crime and Punishment, but like, murder? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Tell me your guess. So that's it. Books I'm gonna be keeping in my purview. I don't know if that's the right application of that word. Don't ask me. Oh my God. Now this one was already in my face and I'm like, do I want to read this one? Here's the problem. I can't read this beautiful edition, can I? I mean, I can, but I don't know. Am I ready for this kind of fantasy? I don't know, but we're not gonna get into all of the, good God, I need to dust. All right, let's wrap this shit up here. Thank you for watching, okay? Yeah, thank you for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!